Who is the Khalifa mentioned in chapter 2 verse 30 of the Quran? Now this will shock you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not Adam. That is Satan. Now you might be asking, why would God put Satan as a representative, as a temporary God here on earth? Well, everything started billions and billions and billions of years ago. In God's kingdom, one day Satan woke up and he said, you know what? I believe that I can be a God besides God. He had very strong powers, for sure. And this made him so arrogant that he challenged God's absolute authority. Now, this is not the only issue, because in front of this rebellion, we as humans, we did not take a firm stance. When Satan said, I can be a God besides God, we said, maybe yes. We failed to take a firm stance. Now, we were invited to repent and to uphold God's absolute authority, but we failed. That's why we're here. That's why this earth was created as a final test or as a final chance to redeem our souls. If you look at chapter 2 verse 30, you will also see that the angels asked God, why would you put someone who spreads blood and corruption on earth? It is quite evident that Satan is doing a miserable job at him being a God besides God. This is evident from the misery, from the calamities, from the destructions, the wars, the diseases, the famines, and so on. Satan, we know, has already been condemned to hell. But God made this earth, created this earth to give us a last chance to redeem our souls and to uphold God's authority. Contrary to common belief, the original sin was not Adam and Eve approaching the tree and eating from it. No, the original sin was us not being able to uphold God's absolute authority. This is referenced in chapter 38, verses 67 to 69. But the explanation was given to us by Dr. Rashad Khalifa, the messenger of the covenant, who was tasked with giving very important information to the whole of humanity. Now let's read this one. I seek refuge in God from Satan, the rejected. The title is The Great Feud. Say, here is awesome news that you are totally oblivious to. I had no knowledge previously about the feud in the high society. Now, I really invite you to go read Appendix 7 from Quran, the Final Testament, the translation by Rashad Khalifa, because what I've given you is just a glimpse of the whole story. Or if you want to discuss this with me, my brothers and my sisters, please join the community of submitters. The link is in the bio.